Hello, the purpose of this screencast is to go over the second of two reading assignments you will have this week while I am out with the 7th grade up at Wolf Ridge. You have already read President Cleveland, Where Are You? And just to review, you did the before, while, and after reading exercises, which involved reading the story, annotating it, and then finishing the handout that went along with it, and then taking a short comprehension quiz. You're going to do almost exactly the same thing for Aaron's Gift, which is another story. And Aaron's Gift is a little bit shorter than President Cleveland, Where Are You? But the assignments are very similar. So, for Aaron's Gift, everything, you should do Aaron's Gift after you've read President Cleveland, Where Are You? So it's the second of the two stories. Everything for Aaron's Gift is due by Friday, 1:25. And before reading, watch the instructional screencast. You're doing that now. Also, before reading, preview the story. And it's on pages 248 and 256 in the Literature Handbook. Our literature textbook, you're not going to use the textbook. Rather, you're going to use a handout. So you're going to get a version of this. And then Aaron's Gift starts on page, just got to get there here. Scroll down a bit, and here we are, page 248. Aaron's Gift looks like this. That's where the story starts. And then while you're reading that story, well, first you're previewing this story. So you're going to look through it, preview it, look at the pictures, see what's going on, look at some of the words, some of the names that pop up, and then you'll be able to answer these questions. So you'll be able probably to determine, first of all, you will get caught stealing the main character. You're going to know that main character's name. You're going to know the pages that the story takes place on. You are going to know if it's fiction or nonfiction after kind of checking out some of the paragraphs in there, some of the wording, and then you're going to know why. You're going to know the name of the main character and why. You're going to be able to determine the setting, maybe looking at the pictures or looking at that first paragraph or two of the story tells you where it takes place. Finally, you'll be able to tell if it's first person or third person and tell me why you know that. Okay, so that's previewing the story. After that, it says, while you read or listen to the audio file, you're going to annotate. And this time, unlike President Cleveland, Where Are You? You're jumping to the second half of stealing. You're going to annotate for actions, looks, and narrator comments. And in order to do that, you're going to be reading the story, and along the margins of Aaron's Gift, which are the sides, you'll be writing L's for looks, N for narrator comments, and then A for actions. So actions, A, looks, L, N for narrator comments. So that's all you're putting in the margins. You put it right next to where it occurs, just like what we did for Ghost of the Lagoon. Okay, once you're done reading and annotating and putting those N's and those A's and those L's in the margins, then you're going to do some after reading exercises, which you're going to complete parts 2 and 3 of the handout, Stealing, Point of View, Signpost. Okay, that takes you to the handout. So you have already gone through and put on the actual page a bunch of A's, L's, and N's, right? Now you're ready to take the best examples of those and use them to create a picture of your main character. Okay, so you put your main character's name here, and then find the best example of action. What page and line did that best example come from? Write down maybe one sentence from the quote, and then this quote suggests that blank, the character's name, is what? After that, looks. Find the best example of looks. There's some really good ones in this story, especially after something kind of traumatic happens to the main character. His looks change. Find an example, write the quote, write what it says about the person's personality. Then narrator comments, and that's a little bit more specific. Age, race, ethnicity, ability, rich, poor, job, their culture. There is information in this text that are narrator comments that tell you about this character that isn't steal. So it's not speech, it's not thoughts, it's not action, it's not effect on others, it's not looks. It's just other things that help you paint a picture of this character. Find the best example, page, line, write the quote, and then what that quote means about the character. After you finish that, then you jump to this part 3. Here you're going to determine, is this first person, third person omniscient, third person limited, review, first person narrators in the story, third person omniscient. Is the narrator is not in the story, and but the narrator can jump into the thoughts of many characters, more than one. Third person limited is the narrator is not in the story, but the narrator can get into the thoughts of one character. And then, like a lawyer proving the case to court, you need to find 2 examples from the story that prove that it's either first person, third person omniscient, or third person limited. So you can imagine if you're doing first person, you might want to have an example that shows some pronouns in there like I, me, or my. If it's third person, one of these 2, he, she, they. Also, if it's third person omniscient, you may want to have an exhibit A that's the thoughts of one character, exhibit B the thoughts of another character. Maybe that will work, but if it's third person limited, it might just be the head and the thoughts of one character. Finally, you have your signpost moment. It's going to require you to go back to the story. So an aha moment is a character's realization of something that shifts his actions or understanding of himself, others, or the world around him or her. You will reread lines 249 to 264, which is the end of the story, and you're going to summarize Aaron's aha moment. What does Aaron realize that he did not realize before? So here, you're summarizing what happens in those lines, and here you're answering the question, what does Aaron realize that he didn't realize before? Okay, you've completed this. That takes us to, after reading, take a short comprehension quiz. So you will go to your sub. Your sub will have a short 5-question quiz on Aaron's gift. It is multiple choice. People that need audio support, there is audio right here. Read aloud Aaron's gift MP3, and that is audio. I highly recommend you use that, especially if you're in language arts, to support you while you read the story. All right, thank you.